Guys, look. I can sit. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk. Where the fuck do I look? All the way over there. Welcome to Let's Talk 35. If you guys don't know what Let's Talks are, they're a series that I do every month on my channel, where I talk about what happened in the previous month and what's going to be happening the next month. So, it's been a crazy September-wary / October-wary. Okay, I'm trying to remember what happened. Okay, first of all, September took way too fucking long to pass. Like, it feels like it's been months, but it's only just been September, and it's been like half of October. But still, it's just felt crazy on how long September took. The Joey drama, school started recently, another thing with Jactor, a bunch of other stuff. So I'm gonna get into all of that for this Let's Talk. Oh yeah, and before I do, I moved my room around, if you guys might be able to tell. So I have an L-shaped desk, or like a corner desk, but I had it in the center of the room, and then my bed is kind of like the same way it is. So basically, just where the desk is, it's in the corner, moved over a little, and basically it just made like a little cubby space. But the cubby space, I realized, was costing a lot of actual space, so I decided to just suck it up. And this desk was over here, and this bed was over there, but I decided to switch it around. I'm realizing what's over here. Apparently, this is what is socialism. Ignore that. So I just flipped it all around, and I put this in the actual corner. I have a lot more space for activities now, because, you know, all the activities I get up to, I really do need the space, you know? Okay. So the two videos that I did last month, so the videos I uploaded last month are, well, there's literally only two of them. The Joey videos are the Joey rants. I want to catch up on that, talked about what happened with all that stuff. So me and Joey obviously continued to feud. He refused to get into a call. He just wanted to talk over DMs, and I was like, listen, that's not happening. It's going to be a voice call, and it's going to be either live streamed or recorded. And he said no, and I was like, okay, I still want it to be a voice call. That's absolutely non-negotiable, but fine, I won't record it or live stream it. And this is like a month after the actual Joey videos, by the way. There's of course was a lot like more in between, but nothing worth mentioning now. So he agreed to it. We got into a call, talked about it. We made a Pokemon server together. So we talked about it, and as you guys know, the drama like before the Joey videos was resolved. And the reason why it was kicked back up is because of the Minecraft video and stuff on Twitter. And I didn't understand it because we agreed to not contact one another, and he can only contact me if like my audience reaches out to him and says something mean, and I can only like I still can't contact him, but I can talk about him and stuff like Let's Talks and all that stuff. So I was confused on why he was contacting me, and it still kind of is a little bit confusing. Reason being is, you know, that those were the terms that we agreed upon, but he thinks, or he would say that the resolution by nature means that you don't talk about it. And he made his own video about this. Go ahead and watch it. I do have a few problems with the video, but not enough to I'm still gonna talk about it, but not enough to complain about, I would say. Just life advice. So we disagreed on the word resolve, and that's what it was about. Because he, as I just said, thinks that resolution means that you don't talk about it anymore, where resolution means there was a disagreement or discussion and it's come to an end or an arrangement. That's what... Can you guys see this juice box? Fuck this juice box. That's what resolve means. But I understood, you know, English is 3 languages wearing a trench coat pretending to be a language, so... And, you know, and we've grown up in different cultures in different regions of the U.S. I can understand somebody misusing a word, or misunderstanding a word. So we talked a bit more. You know, we worked through everything, and, you know, just let a lot of stuff go because realized that or two different people to ever sort of agree on this sort of thing. I kind of came to the understanding that even though he did do all this stuff, I came to this agreement by myself of even though that he did do all of this stuff, I had to agree to myself that he didn't do all the, a 16-year-old boy did not do most of this stuff on purpose, meaning to cause actual harm, if that makes any sense. That being said, Joey is now pushing this whole maturity stance. Oh yeah, and we so then we agree, we came to good terms and stuff like that. So much so that we're now in like actual back to speaking terms. We have this whole Pokemon Discord server that we have together, and we might be doing a video in the future on Fully Baked and maybe other people. Fully Baked particularly, and again, Joey mentioned this in his video as well. We're doing Fully Baked because we both believe that he has had a part to play in this drama that he shouldn't have, meaning stuff like maybe he said to Joey that I said something when I didn't say that, or egged us on a little, or lied about some stuff, or played both sides, which we know, me and Joey both know that he's playing both sides. So that's what we're disagreeing with Fully Baked about. So we need to get into a call with Fully Baked and talk to him about all this stuff. But yeah, me and Joey are back on speaking terms as well, so it's not like I'm gonna freak out if he contacts me or anything. Then we even had this whole Pokemon server together. It's dope if you guys want to join. It's like Pokemon on Discord, so you can play Pokemon while on like a Discord server. It's pretty dope. I might be hosting a tournament on there. I said I was gonna do it, but I kind of backed away from it. I need to just dedicate myself to it so it can be done. And then that's how I spit bars. Okay, oh yeah, and then he did, okay, going back to this video again, Joey is now pushing for like a more of a maturity stance, and I have my own things about this video. So he goes through point by point, and like, he goes through and hits a lot of different points at the beginning about our drama, and it still seems really defensive, which it shouldn't, because I'm not attacking him for it anymore. And again, I'm not saying that he's doing this shit on purpose. It's just, okay, as a older person, recommendation to Joey would be, like, he'll talk about something, he should be like, oh, I'm sorry I did this is why I did it though, rather than this happened, this is why I was saying I'm doing it, if that makes any sense. It's not even the apology is towards me, it's just that the apology, or you could even say after it, and that was wrong, or something like that. Just something to acknowledge that something was done wrong. Like, for example, we talked about this a lot in the call, where I went after Joey for where he said my name in the live stream, and then it didn't give me context. He said that that I was taking his name out of context, and then didn't give any context to that argument. I did the same thing with the Minecraft title, I realized to myself. So there's there's arguments, there's wrongs done on each side, and that's what I'm. So there's wrongs done on each side, and it's a touchy issue, so I don't talk about 100%. And nor am I even looking for an apology. I'm just saying, it's for the future, I could say.
せーのでもそんなんじゃダメもうそんなんじゃほら心は進化するよもっともっと
Moving on to a bunch of more like channel stuff. You guys might have noticed that I've not been uploading a lot. Reason being, I'm not trying to. I've left YouTube a lot. I'm still doing these Let's Talks, and I might be still doing Gap, and I really, really do want to finish Majora's Mask for you guys, but it's just so much right now that I don't know if I'm ever going to. Number one scenario that I'm trying to get working is moving Majora's Mask off my old computer to this computer, my laptop. In that way, my laptop is where I do everything from. I don't do anything on this old computer anymore. Like literally every time I need to record Majora's Mask, I need to plug it back in. So it's a real hassle recording that series. So I'm thinking either, and here's the two things, and I want to get you guys' opinions on this. And I've been trying to do this, seeing if I could transfer the files over, which was very hard because that's a very slow computer. It barely plays Majora's Mask. Or what I could do, since we are hitting our 50th episode, or did, I believe, reinstall everything on here, and then maybe like through a few live streams catch up to where I was, and that way we could also re-experience everything that we've been doing for a year. And I think that sounds really fun, and that's most likely what I'm going to do anyway. So there you go. That's probably where the future of Majora's Mask on the channel is. And again, I'm still going to be rebranding after Majora's Mask to less of a gaming-oriented channel, mainly focusing on these video diaries in the forms of Let's Talks, and the Gay Ass Podcast, which is something the point of the Gay Ass Podcast is to spread awareness about LGBTQ issues. It's something that I believe in, so I don't want to abandon it so quickly. Also, what I'm doing a lot of online right now is I've taken up OC-tober, which, if you guys know what Inktober is, it's kind of like that. It's where you make an OC. Are you taking? I hate the word OC. Goddamn, you take an original character. You make an original character, and you expand the lore on it or them a little bit every day. So I started doing it very late. I uploaded the first page, the 11th. I'm calling it Carl Clay, or the Adventures or Stories of Carl Clay. It's about a boy who has the power to manipulate people like puppets. And I think, and he lives in Osaka, Japan, because while I was trying to determine, or when I was working on the first page, I scrolled by a tweet that said Osaka, Japan is so beautiful, and it has like purple skies and shit like that. So I really liked the location, and I looked at it. It's a really beautiful city by the water, and I liked it a lot. So I made the main character live in Osaka, Japan. So I think I don't have anything written down, and you're honestly not supposed to either. It's just like what you can think of is what you do. It's a really cool idea, especially since, like, for example, when I mentioned Power Rangers and all this stuff, the number one thing holding stuff like that back is not the I'm not animating it or anything like that. It's just that I can't, or I'm having trouble writing it. So, because I don't want to animate something and be like, it's kind of, that's a plot hole and it doesn't work well with this. I don't want to throw away that whole animation I just did. So I need to obviously write everything down first, get everything put in concrete before I start animating it. And that's the problem, is that I'm just having a lot of trouble writing it. And now it's kind of falling to the wayside for Carl Clay. But now we have something cool where it's like, I don't need to think about how I'm writing it. I can think about it in like 10 seconds or 10 minutes, and then boom, I'm done, and I can draw it and spend the rest of the day drawing it, and I really do enjoy doing that. I'm proud of the art style I've created. It's just so simple to draw. Like, even for animation, let's say it takes like an hour to draw this character. You have this really nice character, but it takes an hour to draw, not even including backgrounds. You spend an hour on every frame. Even if you go 24 hours doing nothing but drawing that character and, all the different poses you want, you're going to get 1 second per 24 hours. So the art style I'm proud of is because it takes like 5 minutes or 10 minutes to draw, and it doesn't look that bad. It's more of an animator-friendly character design, especially since I'm one person that would be animating everything. But now I'm currently using it as a comic style. It kind of does look iffy because, it's kind of made to move, and when it's not moving, it kind of looks suspicious because it looks like bad art, but really it's just animation friendly, which is okay. It makes bad art okay. This future rubbish up here. Something else I wanted to add as well is that this comic for OCtober that I'm working on is going to be posted on Twitter. When I'm done with the pages, I'll post them on Twitter, but it's also going to be going on Webtoon, I think. Our Webtoons is the website that I chose to upload these comics to. So you can also go and check it out on there. And that way you can have all the pages in the right order and stuff like that. And you don't got to see like tweets in between the pages and stuff like that. But it's going to be a little bit different because, like for example, if something gets explicit sexually or graphically, it does need to be blurred out or censored because Webtoons does not allow it. So discussing shows and films and all that stuff, yeah, and this is where I gotta get serious. So I've been trying to keep this secret because I don't want my name attached to it, but I've been editing Reel for Colton Wood for maybe the past month as well, and that's taken a few of my afternoons as well. And I've started doing that a month ago, and I've recently stopped doing it. Reason being, okay, well there's two reasons. For one, when I talked about the last Let's Talk, I talked about how I was doing the World's Shitty Sitcom, and it was going to be like a parody series, and and again, shitty writing and all that stuff, and it would be fun to do. So I began doing that. And there's a character in there that was based off of Colton, and I wanted him to voice the character. He said that he would only voice the character if I combine the Reel clips, or clips of Reel, or clips that are going to be in Reel in my timeline, because if I hold it onto the clips for him, because there's not enough space on his phone to edit this. It's a movie or a short film. There's just not enough space on his phone, so he wants to give the clips to me, put them in my editing software, and I can combine this all and send back over to him, and that way he doesn't need all these separate clips and all this other stuff, and it's taking up all of storage. He wouldn't need that. So voice work for clip holding, it basically, are rendering the clips as well, is basically what it was. Then it transformed to voice work for editing all of Reel for a fan festival that was going on. Then it became, you're the lead editor of Reel now. It's like, how the fuck did I get to here? You know what I mean? It's like, I went from wanting one thing, it went from this to this, which was very fair and balanced, to you're now editing this entire movie for me, bitch. And it's like, I don't want that. I didn't want to waste use all of my time like that. I'm not doing YouTube. Why would I want to, I'm not doing stuff for my own channel and for my own time. Why would I want to do that? It's not what I wanted to do ever. So it kind of went south, to the point where it's like, now, okay, I'm expected to come home every day and edit this movie. I'm not doing it. So I just stopped doing it. I took everything from that I had of Reel, like screenshots that I thought would be cool for a movie poster, the two finished things that were supposed to be submitted to the film festival. I'm not sure if he ever did or not. I don't know. I just sent it all to him on Google Drive. I just said, have it. I'm not doing this anymore. So it's because of, I just don't want to edit it and don't have time to edit it. That's one reason. And I also sat down and had a good old thunk, and I realized that it's a movie or a film idea or show idea, whatever it ends up being at the end, that I can't get behind morally, because the film calls for a lot of characters that Colton Wood does not own, because the characters are owned by like Disney, Universal Pictures, DreamWorks, all of these different studios. And Colton Wood does not have permission, nor does he own the rights to these characters that he's using in the film. It is not parody because a lot of these characters are integral to the plot of the film. That makes their use not parody or not any other sort of fair use, because they're essential to the film. They move the plot along. They're very important to the plot. Therefore, it violates all the companies and all the people who made these characters' rights to copyright, to have their work be their work. and a lot of these people that created these characters as well have passed. So now Colton Wood is stealing intellectual property of these dead people. You're stealing from the dead, disrespecting the dead and stealing from the dead, and I can't get behind that. I know for a fact as well, because he's told me, like Disney, for example. He emailed Disney asking if he can use the characters for real and how they would be used. And I know for a fact, because he told me this, that Disney has told him no, that he can't use the characters because Disney cannot make sure how they are, cannot guarantee how the characters will be used or portrayed, so they don't want to have that be in the movie. So Disney has already told him no. All of these other studios have either ignored him, not have seen him, or anything like that. He does not have... I'm going to reach this whole section. 22, okay. And now getting into a little bit more serious drama. And another reason I cannot support the film or make the film or edit the film is because I've sat down and I thought about it, and I realized that it's something I really cannot get morally behind. Real as a script and as a movie or fan film or whatever it is calls for the use of characters that Colton Wood does not own. These characters are integral to the plot, meaning the movie doesn't exist if you take these characters out, or it cannot have the same story if you take these characters out. Maybe you could if you replace them with, other characters, but as it exists now, you can't take all of these characters out of the script and, crunch it all back up together and have a functioning movie. No. It's not like, for example, if you use a character for a cutaway gag, you can take that cutaway gag away, it'd still make a movie or episode. It's not like that with Real. These characters are important to the story, making it not a parody or not fair use. Now, Colton Wood does not own these characters. Universal Pictures, Disney, Pixar, whoever the fuck made Gremlins, I think that is Universal Pictures actually. They own the rights to these characters, not Colton Wood. And a lot of the people that have made these characters as well might have passed away, and Colton is stealing the characters. What I'm trying to get to as an endpoint here is that Colton Wood does not own these characters. He's stealing the property of other studios and other people. He's stealing things that does not belong to him. And he does not have the right to do that. The companies have the right to, protect what's theirs, to protect their property and intellectual property rights as well. And I think that they cannot get behind this movie because it's stealing people's property. It's stealing these people's characters and these people's property, all these corporations' stuff that Colton Wood does not own. And I don't support it. I don't support stuff being stolen like that. Let's say it becomes bigger than Endgame, better than Endgame, like Colton has advertised it would be. Okay, then you're going to get sued by all these companies that you stole the characters of. And I know that you have the short film, and then you have, if that short film is just a proof of concept, and you'll, all of the companies will see this proof of concept and give you immediate backing, and all of your characters will be immediately allowed and all that stuff, then good. But I think you should not have made the short film using the characters and ignoring the company's wishes in the first place. You're already using the characters without the permission of the studios. It's honestly really long and complicated, is what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say here is that I cannot get behind the movie because of how it steals from these studios and these people by using their characters. That's what I'm trying to say. This section has been really long and drawn out, and a lot of it probably got edited out as well. But I just cannot support this movie morally. I think it's wrong to steal these people's and corporations' property like this. I don't like it, and I've decided to not support it. And you can't flaw me for doing that. It's just a decision I've made morally. Moving on. I don't think there's anything else to really talk about. I've talked about the Joey stuff, and I've talked about the Jactor stuff. I talked about stuff with my channel. I don't think there's anything else to really talk about. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Sorry. Something else I want to talk about, though, is these comic... Okay, and another thing I wanted to add... So I think I'm going to go ahead and end this Celeste talk here. There most likely shouldn't be a 0.5 this month, just because this is like the 12th. It's already halfway through the month, so I don't see how a 0.5 would even be possible or necessary. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here, our video here. If you guys have enjoyed, please remember to share, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Mwah.